this is a marker of the escalation that we're seeing in 2024. And so it's not just attacking the legitimacy of this specific trial or these specific charges against Donald Trump, but the immediate leap, and I should say clearly orchestrated in advance leap to a broader systemic attack. And I think that, is certainly an ominous sign as far as what Trump might do were he to be reelected to office. But even more broadly, I think it's a sign of where the Republican Party is at, that they have essentially mortgaged the party so completely to the fate of one individual that they're willing to tear down what remains of faith in our already, sort of teetering faith in institutions. So it strikes me that it's sometimes hard in this kind of year 9 of the Trump era to say sort of when we have crossed another line. But to me, I think we crossed another line. And the response to Larry Hogan, the former Republican governor of the very blue state of Maryland, was very instructive. Hogan didn't have some big statement celebrating Trump's conviction. All he said was what in the past would have been essentially comforting mush. Like, yay, the system works, support the right to a jury trial. And, nothing very interesting about it, except that even that is too controversial in today's GOP.
I think Susan makes excellent points. And you can bet a lot of money that if the case had gone the other way, Alvin Bragg, like I did when I was U.S. attorney, even though there would have been disappointment, even though they thought they brought a righteous and meritorious case, would have said we respect the jury's verdict. And it's one thing to criticize the judge, criticize the parties, criticize the press and the coverage. It's quite a different thing to start criticizing ordinary Americans or pressed into the civic duty of jury deliberation and service. And the second point I want to make is the other accusation that is being leveled, which is kind of far-fetched and outlandish, which is par for the course, about why Alvin Bragg brought the case and why he shouldn't have, is that it was all orchestrated by the puppeteer, President of the United States, Joe Biden. Alvin Bragg was not appointed like I was by the President of the United States, but was elected by the people of Manhattan. As everyone here knows, we have a thing called federalism. Alvin Bragg was not appointed like I was by the President of the United States, but was elected by the people of Manhattan. He doesn't report to the President. He doesn't talk to the President. He doesn't take direction from the President.